The man tells the woman that it is hot today. The woman walked straight into the middle of the street, and he took off his clothes while walking. This person in front of me perfectly illustrates what hypnosis is. This is a 2023 film, the latest brain-burning suspense American drama. After reading it, you will definitely have a new perspective on hypnosis. Without seeing the end, you never know which one. The scene is real in front of you. The film's opening is also the climax. The police are investigating an illegal transaction case. Jack, who received the call from the police, set out immediately. But before he set off, he stepped on a cockroach. Although it feels a bit familiar. But Jack didn't think much of it. The two immediately came to the location where the police had set up an ambush. The target person appears. Everyone immediately tensed up. The woman handed a lighter to Lao D. But at this moment, today is hot. I didn't notice. Believe me, like a furnace. See the target person leave. Even our own police officers are in collusion with Lao D. Everyone take action now. The woman just now walked straight to the center of the road. This also led to a series of car accidents. Jack entered the place where Lao D needed to trade in advance. Then, as a police officer, he asked the bank. The staff opened the cargo box of Hu Lao D in advance. At this time, Lao D also came to the bank. It's evening now. We're getting off work. Jack only saw a photo of his daughter in the safe. Heard gunshots outside. Jack stepped back. Then he asked the bank staff to put down the things in the safe. Luckily Jack was wearing a bulletproof vest. After several people went out, they started the car directly. After all this is over, Lao D then showed up and took the goods away. Seeing this, Jack immediately went forward to chase 9191919191919. But when we arrived at the rooftop, Lao D suddenly became very calm. It all seems to be under his control. Jack asks where his daughter is. After Lao D found out that the goods had been taken by Jack, clean up the scene, detectives. Old D jumped off the roof. He disappeared like vaporizing the earth. Afterwards, Jack went home and repeatedly reviewed today's video. Many strange things happened today that kept Lao D awake all night. Suddenly the deputy called Jack. Anonymous report of Lao D's phone location and its discovery. It is the location of a hypnosis clinic. Jack came here and drove away her guests. Jack got straight to the point. I heard they didn't catch Lao D. Fanny began to become extremely nervous, and she had an accident just before leaving. The moment Fanny went out, seeing this, Jack pulled out his gun. The man didn't say anything. He won't stop. Afterwards, Lao D took Fanny back to the police station. To protect her, he asked Fanny to tell him what he knew. Fanny claims to be a hypnotist. The strange behavior of those people around Lao D today. They were all hypnotized by Lao D. Sidekick mission Fanny is just bullshitting. Sit down first, Nick. I didn't expect him to actually sit down. Next, you are a prisoner. Old Diamond. Then Fanny asked the deputy to go out for some fresh air. The next second, the deputy turned around and left. Jack was stunned by this operation. Then Fanny got straight to the point. Both she and Lao D will come from the same organization. This organization specializes in developing talented and people who can perform advanced hypnosis. There are only a handful of such people in the world. But Lao D recently betrayed the organization. The people in the organization began to hunt down Lao D. Lao D is the best hypnotist among them. Even people outside don't know this person exists. As the two talked, at this time, the deputy was standing at the door of the police station. His behavior shows that he was hypnotized. Fanny said that she couldn't control the person being controlled. As the deputy approached, Jack shot directly. He immediately stepped forward to help, but the deputy kept holding the gun as if he had lost his mind. Jack locked him to the iron gate. Fanny said that the hypnotized person completing the hypnotist's mission will not wake him up. This means that the deputy will do whatever it takes. Just as the deputy was about to tear his arm off, Jack was very excited. My brother of so many years just died like this. Fanny said this was to save him. Have no choice. The two had no choice but to leave. On the next day, there were arrest warrants for both of them on the TV news. The two were having dinner. A police officer entered the store. He keenly noticed the strange behavior of the two people. Call the police. The police obediently informed others that they had found the fugitive. Before they left, the two asked the man to pay for their meal. But at this moment, Lao D's voice came from the intercom. To protect Fanny, he left. Jack attracts Lao D's attention alone, because he has what he wants. Old D is seen shuttling between the train tracks. But within a few seconds, his world began to become distorted. Lao D appeared directly, at the critical moment. Lao D got in the car and fled the scene. Now they don't have the ability to deal with Lao D. But in order to find out where my daughter is. In addition, Lao D has been forced into a desperate situation. He had no choice but to follow Fanny's footsteps. 10 years ago, Lao D's daughter mysteriously disappeared in a park. Whereabouts unknown. When they traveled to other cities. National. Fanny's simple words. The soldiers let them go. Fanny takes Jack to a Mexican neighborhood. There's someone who might be able to help them. This person is a retired hypnotist. The old man heard a strange noise outside the door. He asked his wife to go back to the room. Then he pulled out his gun. Suddenly his wife became Fanny. The old man will be Fanny's master. His part in being controlled by Fanny. The two of them directly stated the purpose of their coming here. But just when Jack was about to give the photo to the old man. What did you do to him? Who is he? The old man turned into Lao D. After the two left the room, people from all directions started to attack them. Most people are controlled. A motorcycle rushed towards the two. They immediately got in the car and fled. In the process of escaping, they found people all over the city. It seems that they have been hypnotized by Lao D. The city in front of the two began to become distorted, as a pickup truck rushed towards the house. The two of them fled directly into a dead end. Police suddenly appeared in the city to block the crowd. Lao D walked out from the dense crowd. Just when Jack and his partner thought they were doomed, he seemed to have triggered some supernatural power. We can see from Lao D's eyes. They are fighting. Jack won in the end. Lao D was taken away by the police. Afterwards, the two discussed the incident. Fanny was very surprised that Jack also had a talent for hypnosis. Even without any training. Under these circumstances, you can beat Lao D. But this victory was just an accident. They may not be so lucky next time. Fanny brought old D to an old friend's base again. One-eyed old Black appeared in the iron gate. Seeing that the person coming was Fanny, Lao He also put down his weapon. He took Fanny and the other two into his underground base. Lao He is the information database of their organization. I heard that Jack defeated old D accidentally. Lao He's opinion of him changed instantly. They don't understand what the relationship is between old D and Jack's daughter. But all signs indicate Jack's daughter is likely in old D's hands. First they checked Jack's ex-wife's information. I found out that Jack's life might have been controlled by old D. For his now missing daughter. My ex-wife from beginning to end. My life is just acting with him. Jack couldn't calm down for a long time after hearing the news. Later, while Fanny was taking a bath, Jack received a call. He picked up the phone hesitantly. The man on the other end of the line told Jack that Finney was a liar, and ordered Jack to kill him. Obviously, Jack wavered. He decisively hung up the phone. Fagriad Brassi's crushing 1-2D to DSY. Fagriv at Brel's crushing 1-2 defeat at Dist. Then I'll tell Fanny about this right away. But at this moment, Jack is confused. I controlled myself the moment Fanny left the house. But you can tell at a glance that something is wrong. He thinks that old D might have controlled Jack. In the blink of an eye, the scissors appeared in Jack's hand again. When Fanny looked at it, Jack stepped forward hesitantly. Fanny knew that Jack was fighting, so I used my own way to relax Jack. But when everyone is asleep, Jack still felt something was strange. He came to Lao He's computer to check. OMININNROURNE. At this time, Fanny also came out of the house. And at this moment, Jack actually came to another scene. It turns out that everything he experienced from beginning to end, people who see, including my brother of many years, it's all an illusion. He was hypnotized the whole time. The truth of the matter is that Jack hidden his daughter and blocked his memory. These people just want to find out the whereabouts of his daughter. That's why I hypnotized Jack over and over again. This is the 14th reincarnation. That is to say, after each failure, Jack will have his memory wiped again and then hypnotize.